Israel is known to be the land of milk and honey, but what does that have to do with combating BDS? A lot, according to our next guest, Elli Shor. He's the owner of HaCormim Winery, a family business that's been exporting the best Israeli wine products to the world since 1848, and he's here to tell us about how his company is combating BDS. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you and shalom.
So you've been around for a very long time, 1848. How did your winery start?
It started as a small business. The family needed more income to the house, so they opened a small winery, and then Jewish people started to make aliyah to Israel, and the small business grew to a big winery.
Now, you have a special connection to the Israeli land. Tell us about that.
Actually, we do wine here almost 170 years. I'm the sixth generation. The seventh generation already run in the vineyards and in the cellars, so we feel connected to the soil more than more as a Jewish people, more as a people of the land.
Yeah, and that's a long time because, you know, Israel isn't necessarily known for its wine, and that's beginning to change, right? So, in a way, you're combating BDS by providing these products to the world, no?
Yeah, I think that we make in Israel very unique wines. This is for start. Very unique, with very unique taste and rich full of flavors. So this is the first. The second thing is the politics. But what I see now, after around 1 or 2 years of fight, that actually the buyers keep buying our wines. So maybe after all it's about taste, because we make here in Israel not only our winery, all the wineries make very, very good wines. We get prizes around the world and medals. So after all, when people want to buy something, they search for good taste and good quality.
And there's something to say about the packaging as well, because as you guys can see, these are beautifully bottled wines. It's very unique. See both of the wines we have here. Now, tell me, are you succeeding in the international market? I understand that, you know, things are changing and people do appreciate the Israeli wine, but what about your vineyard specifically?
What we see is that we have down in the European market, but in the upper end we have the American market. And the American market, Hagos, just buy more and more and more wine. And our agent, the first thing when he saw our name in the list of the BDS, first thing he rang me a phone call and twice the next order. I will sell it, no problem. And he do that, and it's made.
So BDS hasn't. I mean, when you say your name was on a list, can you explain that?
Yeah, it was a list of producers. There are in some areas in Israel that they ask people to boycott their products. One of the wineries or factories in the list was our family winery.
Wow.
Just for an idea, our permit to produce wine in Israel get from the Turkish in 1848. I'm a little bit complicated because I'm here in that land almost 200 years. A lot of the Palestinians here the same time like me. My family had a permit from the Ottoman government to produce wine. So why I cannot produce wine in Ma'ale Adumim now? I can do it 170 years ago. Why to boycott me?
Well, I mean, it certainly shows some issues with the BDS movement and, you know, the businesses that it's targeting, because clearly you guys have been around for a very long time. You're not a new business necessarily. It's interesting, you know. What do you think the future holds for businesses like your own that are in these conflicted territories but have been around for generations? Do you think this is going to stop you, the BDS movement as a whole, from being able to get your product out to the world?
I don't think so. And actually, the Israeli market inside, they're growing inside. So I really don't see the future so bad because of the BDS movement. It's like a curious something that come and go and.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, it looks like you guys are creating a delicious product. I'm going to have to try some of this myself later on. And if you're interested in learning more about the winery, you can check it out online. We have the link below.